a bright and sunny or a rainy day, I can listen to Rene. Topics of the day: why sex don't match the love, our relationship sucks, why the boys play, experience immaturity, politics and currency games, economics. Spotify it, you can find it. Sign of the times for the deaf, dumb and blind. Don't miss it. Call the number one, state your name and what's your interest. K Rene, K Rene, K Rene, K Rene, K Rene.
What's up, everyone? It is your girl, your favorite Virgo diva. Psych, never like that. Ever. Never on the title of being a diva. But a diva is a female version of a hustler. So I guess, you know what? Let me reconsider that. I am a diva. I am a Virgo diva who holds her own and is handling business on an everyday basis. Yes, it is me. I am back. Welcome to the K Rene Show. And for everyone that is tuning in right now, again, welcome to the show. This is a podcast that is full of sugar and spice and sometimes things that are nice and sometimes things that are a little messy. But, you know, whatever the case may be, I tend to bring you the real deal, 100%, not sugarcoating anything, because that's just how I like to make my deliveries. So, of course, I give you a little bit of everything from topics varying from love, sex, relationships, parenting, and also whatever the F I fancy as far as to talk about. So, I have been off the grid for a little while. Sinus infections. I had no voice. It had me, talking like the people from the movie Us. If you didn't see that, go out and see that. Shout out to Jordan Peele for like the second installment away from Get Out. So Us had me like strapped for a voice, had nothing. And, I've been wanting to do this topic for a long time, since I left you with the other topic, which was a self-help guide for men out there who keep trying to push on women who aren't interested and not giving you any of that, first look of flirtation, just trying to help you to let it go and to just move forward. And you know what? Men have a lot more to lose out here when it comes to the dating scene, because there's so many more women than it is, men. So I don't really remember the ratio of how many women it is to men, but men are pretty scarce here out on the menu of what's left. So, if they get shot down by 1, 3, 5, they just keep on moving forward, because eventually somebody is going to say yes, and they're going to appreciate it, and all things is nice and glitter and gold and whatever. So anyway, if you would like to follow me on any of my social media handles, you can do so. I am on Facebook at Kelly Rene. That is with a Y, Kelly with a Y, Rene. And I'm also on IG at _K Rene Show. Or you can visit my other page on IG, which is K Rene Show with no underscore. And again, that's KRENE Show. And you can also hit me up via email at kreneshow@gmail.com. And you can check my website out at kreneshow.wixsite.com/K Rene Show. So you can check out my pictures, other interviews I have done on podcasts. You can check out my first season that wrapped up with Thunderous Altercations, a talk show I have with a co-host of mine as well by the name of David Glover. And it is also on WPB Media Network. Shout out to them. We just wrapped up our first season, so we're going to be going into our second season at some part or point in July. Yes, that is the goal. We're trying to get it done, trying to get out there for a second season. And if you'd like to advertise with me, or you'd like to, come through, stop by the little podcast studio, you can do so. Let me know what you're doing, what you're branding, what your services are. I would love to talk to you, get a little bit more in depth, help you promote with my show, and you can use it for whatever you fancy as on your website. You get a copy of the show as well, advertising through me. And I got a really great rate going on. So whoever you are, and if you are interested, then please let me know. And please do so by sending me a little email. And I will definitely get back to you. And hopefully we can work something out and work with each other in the near future. So, Taurus, guess what? You guys finally made it on the map. It is your time to shine, Taurus. Yes, it is. So guess what? I have your horoscope. I do. And for those of you who celebrated Easter Resurrection Sunday yesterday, hopefully you all had a great holiday. April 21st through May 21st is going to bring us through Taurus. So today's sun, Uranus link in your sign means you are not in the mood to focus on mundane and tedious things. You need something that excites you. Let other people take care of the small stuff, especially on the work front, as you indulge your passions. So that horoscope is for you, my Taurus friends out there. I love earth signs. Taurus, of course, is one of them. Virgo being, of course, number one of the earth signs. And don't forget the Capricorns, they're earth as well. So we are pretty cool people, us earth signs out here. You know what I mean? So anyway, hopefully if anyone is celebrating a birthday today, let me be maybe number 5 or maybe the first one to say happy birthday to you. And I wish you many, many more. And just remember that another year of life is a blessing to try to achieve things that you have on your checkoff list, agendas, etc. And make it happen, make it work, hit the ground hard, and stay focused. Okay, so happy birthday to you guys. And for those of you who are Game of Thrones fans, I am uberly excited to see this episode that's coming up on Sunday. I am not going to give spoilers. I hate when people do spoilers, especially if you haven't watched the show. We know time is sometimes, busy for us in our regular schmegular daily schedules and life. And some of us have to watch certain things not on the day that they come on, but maybe later on in the middle of the week where you can catch up or have a binge watching weekend and you can get it in. But all I know is that it's about to go down. Yes, it is. I did not have an issue with the first episode for this season. Some people were disappointed. The way that I looked at things was that I felt like we were coming back into just the end part of season 7 and picking up on an extended season, which now I don't really want to even call it season 8, but it is the last one. So of course, by right, it sounds to be the correct way for us to term it is season 8, the last one. But other than that, just letting you know that I did like the first episode. I knew that we were going to have it set up that way. And of course, with yesterday kind of piggybacking off of the first episode from season 8, and it just picked up. It got good. I cried. I got so emotional in certain parts. Yes, that's what Virgos do. We have a tough exterior outside, but then inside we're like mushy marshmallows. And only people who are close to us in life only get to see that side of us. So, on your face. But anyway, it's getting good. It's so crazy because this Sunday we're in the mid part of the season because we only have 6 episodes, and this is going to be one of the longest episodes. They promised us 6 episodes that were supposed to be an hour and a half because of all of these special graphics and effects they had to do, and they're only giving us 2 episodes that are going to be over an hour. It's like, so again, I guess the is in our face this time. But anyway, I'm supporting and I wouldn't miss it for the world. And I am that fan that will not only watch it when it comes on, but I will watch it again after it goes off. And I am a person who's going to watch it again before I watch the new one so that I make sure that I'm on point and I've did my research and I can basically kind of get a general idea of maybe what's going to happen for the next one to come. But I think we're all kind of lost in the dark right now, and I think we're all just trying to figure it out, but whatever. So anyway, like I said, I've been dying to do this episode with you. It's getting warm, and temperatures, of course, we're going into, we're in spring, but depending on where you live, some of you might still be experiencing winter temperatures, and then we're gonna have, of course, summer, and then it gets hotter, and then everybody's mind gets crazy, so my question is, like, all you all who was cuffing throughout the season, because I think y'all done started pulling blankets back, ain't too much cuffing going on now, what makes you want to even keep your cuffing partner through the summer, or was it just a mutual agreement that you all had that we are just going to cuff up for winter, and then we're going to part ways and do our own life, whatever, you know what I mean? So, what bothers me, do you know what bothers me? You don't know. Couple of things bother me. I'll give you a minute to figure it out. No? Okay, couple of things bother me. The things that really bother me is when people always want to hold some kind of title over you. Whether you're with them, let me backspin the record. When you're not with them, you're not titled to them. You all identify as single. We hang out. You don't even say that you're dating each other. Just we have fun. We hang out. But let someone want to come along and take you out on a real date. They would be the first one to get mad, right? Exactly. So let's put this ball somewhere else, okay? And let me get into the topic of discussion. And for all of my loyal, true listeners and fans, you know what this means. When I ring that bell, class is in session, okay? So let's get started. Some things that I have questioned before even having a child, I wasn't in a relationship. When I got pregnant, I wasn't in a relationship. And the funny thing is, it was a very interesting situation for me because of the fact of how I had to handle it and go about just life. And, things, of course, as, they say that God never gives you more than you can handle. And, I had just moved into my house and then found out like a week and a half later that I was pregnant. And being that I, of course, was diagnosed with endometriosis, my possibilities of being pregnant and getting pregnant was very slim and very hard. So it wasn't like I was trying. But by the grace of God, it happened for me. And it was something that wasn't planned. I'm so glad that I have my son today, and the back and forth in my head that I went through to keep him or not keep him, and keep him or not keep him, I've really started playing on the fence with myself, with life, like wondering, like, can I push all of my selfishness to the back and give my full 100% of everything I got in me for somebody else? Because of the fact that I know in reality that kids are relying on you to make sure that they're okay and they're going to be fine and they're going to, they have security and somebody loves them and protects them. And I was like, yeah, this is what I do for a lot of my friends. I am the listening ear, and I tell them things are going to be okay. And a lot of them I protect them. I help them within their feelings, their thoughts, and advice. And so I know that being a mother was something that was a part of, it was in my steps. It was already ordered. It was just the fact that, of course, we try to change how things come about and when we have things to work and how it makes us do what, we want things to be done on our time, and it's not always about that. So, when you have children or a child, and if you are in this situation where you are splitting custody with the other parent, when is a good time, especially if you've all moved on and you're in separate lives and, everything, and you're not even thinking about dating each other, or maybe you are trying to date them again, or maybe you found like the separation of you being the single parent on one side and them being the single parent on the other side. Like maybe when things are you all are separate and not together in the same household, or don't talk on a regular basis, and then you find that this person is grown, or vice versa, they find that you have grown, that they may want to try to rekindle something with you, or just trying to make sure that they have a good friendship or some type of association within each other to both be the best parents that you can be. And some people, they have an issue when you part ways with your baby's father, and vice versa. Men, when you part ways with your baby's mother, sometimes it can become an issue where it's hard for you to accept the fact that they move on with someone new. Because depending on how old your children are, or your child is, between the two of you, sometimes, it's frowned upon that you have a new person around this 2 or 3 or 4-year-old, that they can't accept it. And especially, when is it a good time for you to introduce your child around your new partner, your new relationship? If you thought dating is hard, try doing it as a single mom. And the age that I am now, I know it is ridiculous. 1, I would never join a dating app. 2, they scare me. 3, I think a lot of people on dating apps are just trying to get their rocks off, honestly. And you know what's really funny? Facebook has come to be a dating app. And also with my students in driving school class, they're always like, Facebook is for the old people. That's so mean. Then I ask them, what's old? Anything over 33. I'm like, gee, me Christmas. Like, that is sad. But it is hard. And you're single, and you have a child. And then you finally meet someone that you really, really like, and you want to introduce him or her to your child. But how do you go about that? And what if your youngsters don't really like him or her, or your child don't like him or her? And, what if your new boo don't like your child? And then what if it doesn't work out? So before you even think about introducing your children to a new boyfriend or girlfriend, you need to have been dating them for at least 6 months. And that's not crazy, because I have said this before on another show, that you really want to feel this new person out. Didn't your last relationship end with either a divorce or a nasty breakup? I mean, you don't want that to happen again, and you certainly don't want your children to go through that again, or to see your child see you to not keep anything, and basically like, oh man, she always messing it up. Like, she can't hold on to anybody. So it can take a toll on them too. And then confusion can set in, because if you don't really break it down of who this new person is, and that they're not trying to take the place of your mom or your father, then that needs to be explained. Now, if you are the parent that's new to seeing your child, and it's just become a thing maybe the last year or so, and you're starting to get to know him or her, your daughter, your son, and then the visitations are increasing, you have more days now, you're doing more things. Do you feel as though that it should be acceptable to bring your new girlfriend or boyfriend out with your child that you're just really getting to know? Because again, it's bringing more confusion for the child. Now, here's the thing. I honestly think that if you have a child and you and the other parent is not together, that I think in all means and rights, you have a right to meet this new adult who's going to be around your child. If there's going to be group activities or birthday parties or just dinners at home or outings out together, like a little secondary little family, then I think, in all honesty, the other parent needs to meet the new mate or partner, period. Who is around my child? Who is maybe helping to get him dressed? Who's maybe giving him something to eat? Who is not going to discipline my child because I said so? Because that's not your place, and you're not a parent. If you aren't dating someone, mom, dads out here, and it's not serious, then why are they around your child when it comes to visitation with your child? And see, that is where certain issues come along with baby daddies and baby mamas, because this is what makes the baby mamas or the baby daddies upset. It's something that's not being done, and that's the truth. Truth is being hidden. Sneaky actions are taking place. Then when you have a child who don't know any better or can't express themselves because they're at a young age at 3 and 4, and they can't really tell you everything they did over dad's house or mom's house, but they do know names. And that's a good thing. One thing I like about my son is he's very attentive and he knows people's names. And out of the blue, he'll just be talking and telling me stuff, even to children in his class that I don't even know half of their names. He knows everybody's names. He's very attentive. He's a tattletale now. He's at that age. He's 3.5. So he tells everything that happened, what he did, what he didn't like, what he didn't want to do, who said what, blase, blase, blah. So sometimes some baby fathers, baby mamas don't have an issue with it because they know that there's nothing that they want from their baby mother or baby father. Some baby mamas still want to actually just sleep with their baby fathers just to kind of see, like, you know, like, is he still good? Is he still worth it? And then some don't want nothing to do with him at all. Like, don't even want them to even pass you a piece of toast out the toaster. You're like, I got it. I'm okay. I'm good. And some baby fathers want to still have a connection with their baby mothers to know that they can still get it if they wanted to get it. And sometimes baby fathers look at their baby mothers like, you know what? She's grown. She's doing better. She's matured so much. What am I dealing with here? What do I have on the other side of me? How did I mess up? Womp. But then some baby fathers have to understand that, you know, sometimes their stuff ain't playing right, and they have to take what they can get. And sometimes it has to be the person that's not the best as far as looks or the best dress, but it's the personality, and it's the one that's going to have patience to maybe deal with other BS that he may be going through in his life, and they can help to keep him out of a dark place and help him to revitalize his energy and feel good about himself, because sometimes it's not always, like I said, about the looks. It's the people that you're with, and it's something that they have, which is greatness, and you want to invest in that, and that's great, because it's nothing wrong with that. And that's how people actually should be in life when they deal with relationships and dating. It's just sometimes others want to put that other person down because of the fact that maybe it becomes a jealousy. Maybe you were wishing bad on your baby mother or baby father and didn't want them to amount to anything and to be a deadbeat and not to have any thriving relationships, and you want to see them to continue to fail. But how is that going to help within to be a good parent for you all's child? So question that. So these are some things that I wanted to get into just a little bit with you as far as when is it the right time. And I would also advise you to let your ex-husband or your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend know you're going to introduce someone to your children. That has to be out in the open. It's the respectful thing to do if you have a good relationship with him or her. Take your time. It's not a race to the altar, and some of y'all don't even need to be married again, let alone you should have never did it in the first place. But it's not just your life, it's your kids' lives too that are impacted. So here's a few ground rules I think that you should use when introducing a new love to your children or your child. It should be no expectations. That's number one. This is a casual event. You can't force anyone to like anyone. Telling your children like, okay, they have to be nice or like someone is a surefire way to ruin the meeting. And so let everyone meet and form their own opinions. Okay. And that's just like people that come into the workplace. All right. Like new hires. Like it take me a minute to like you, want to talk to you. That's just me. I'm still a bully in my heart. Group setting. Number 2, have the first 5 meetings in a group setting. For instance, like a cookout with friends and your new boo. You should also introduce him or her as a friend and give your children the chance to get to know who your new boo is in a fun, relaxed, no pressure atmosphere. Group settings allow children to feel non-threatened. It's best not to show affection during these events also. And again, he or she is just a friend right now. Number 3, go slowly. Remember, you might be in love, but your children need time to get used to that new situation. You got to follow their cues. If you sense they are having issues, you need to talk to them right then and there. Slow down if you have to. Trust me, going slow now will ensure you have success later. We can't live this popcorn life. Y'all know who I'm talking to. We not millennials. We Generation X over here. Ow, okay? So let's stop trying to put stuff on fast blast. It's not gonna happen. One mom, one dad. Number 4, one mom, one dad. I feel like drumline. One band, one sound. Reassure your children that they only have one mom and one dad. No one will replace either of you. Okay? They're not. And again, you have to let them know, your new boo, you are not his mom, or vice versa. You're not his dad. Period. Don't need anybody to be trying to come to the table to be something you already got. And number 5, rules for new family. As you begin to settle in together as a new group, it is important for you to discuss how it plays out with your new partner. Have a long talk about expectations, discipline, money, education, anything else you might deal with. It's a big deal merging families. You want your children to be happy in this new environment. And dating after relationships, especially ones that you had and somebody you probably known like for maybe half of your life, it's tricky. It's very hard. But if you take your time and you navigate the right way, it can be a win-win for everyone. I happened to get pregnant and twice actually. And it's interesting, but of course the first one I didn't keep, and then the second one of course I did, which I'm so grateful and happy for. I know what it's like also when you deal with abortions, and that took a toll on me for over 10 years of my life after I had an abortion. I was crazy. And that's why I always knew it was always in my cards somewhere to be a mother, just never knowing how it was going to play out for me and how it was going to happen. And I know if you're around children and you may have had to go through an abortion of your own, and you don't have your own children, or you do have your own children, or you just really wanted that last one. And sometimes it can bring a toll on you when you see other kids that you don't really want to be around them, because it's starting to bring you in a bad place, a dark place. And I remember that when going to some of my friends' baby showers, I used to be hating on the low. Sometimes it probably came out on my face because I don't hide my facial expressions well. It says everything. And I try to work on that. I really do. I've been dealing with it forever. But I used to be put back in a dark place, and just knowing I could have had a baby, and again it just wasn't the right time, and I had to continue to keep reminding myself through life that was not my time. And for someone to be around your children, you want to make sure that their mind is very sound, especially if they don't have kids, and also getting to kind of know a deep root behind them as well. Like, were you ever thinking about having children, or whomever you was with, did they not want kids? They did. You lost it. They took over. Because you got a lot of moms out here who won't let the children's fathers be a father, and you got a lot of children out here who dads won't let their mothers be mothers in their children's lives. And so this role plays back and forth, but it's all, again, where I'm trying to get to is comfort. Getting to know who your children are around. If your child or children are going with their other parent over the weekend or holidays, you want to at least know who they are around. You don't need to have a friendship, but to have some type of common mutual connection of just conversation and being able to be cordial, and knowing where each other is coming from, especially if this is somebody that's been around not 1 year, for 2, maybe 2.5 years. If this is someone you vacation with, dads out here, again, your girlfriends, if they're gonna be around your sons, you need to let your children's mother meet them. What is it to hide? If they can post you both on IG and all other social media handles, then why is it that the one person is not being shown? I'm just saying, I don't understand, I don't understand it. So with that being said, I just wanted to drop some jewels. I want you to do better out here, people. Communication is the key for us. We have to have communication. If we do not have communication, then what else are we going to have? And we have to have honesty, because if we don't have honesty, then how are we going to learn to trust? You have these children with other people, and that's your child, or those are your children that you're going to raise, and you all are going to be in each other's lives for the rest of their lives, period. So why not make everything for the best right now? Hey, listen, it's your girl, Rene. I'm signing off. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Oh, you are too kind. Thank you so much. So glad you were able to come out and be with me today. And listen, stick around. Within the next couple of weeks, there will be a new episode to come for the K Rene Show. You will be able to download this, share it, post it. Please, again, feedback, comment. Again, I'm on social media, IG_K Rene Show. That's KRENE Show. On Facebook as Kelly Rene, Kelly with a Y, RENE. Looking to advertise. You want to get up with me, need an interview, you want to chit chat, chop it up, work together on anything that's coming up in the future. I'd love to also cover media credentials and rights within different events. So please let me know. Email me, kreneshow@gmail.com. It's your girl. It's K Rene, and I'm signing off. Have an awesome week, and don't sweat the small stuff. Bye.